So you know what I would do if I were you? You want some free marketing advice? You don't seem too excited about it.
I am. I really need help.
All right, so here's what I would do if I were you. All right, I imagine that you don't have a lot of money in pocket to go buy ads. And your market is 18 to 25. All right. What I would personally do if I were you is I would go to Instagram and I would see people who have followings on Instagram, who would be in that market, probably lower than like 10,000 people. Because these people have audiences that would be your people. I would go and say, hey, I've got this hoodie, and I would only sell the hoodie. I would only focus on the hoodie. And I would basically pay them a commission for every single hoodie that they sold for you through their promotion. You have them use like an affiliate link so that you can track it based on who they refer to you. So dude, if you go out and you spend your time just focusing on that one thing, right, the 20%, line up 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 of these people, right? There's gonna be tons of them out there that have that many Instagram followers. They all start repping your hoodie. They're pushing your hoodie. That makes sense?
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Nice. So just sitting here, we're at an event, one of our first events here in Nashville, Tennessee. And we're talking about a quote from Charlie Munger, partner with Warren Buffett. These are guys who keep $20 billion in cash every night before they go to bed. Wealthy, wealthy people. Charlie Munger said, there's no worse path than for the man who can only learn from his own mistakes. He's like, I would much rather vicariously learn through other people's mistakes than learn through my own mistakes. I just think it's interesting that it's available to all of us to learn from other people, and people choose again and again to go out and do their own crap, mess up, learn from their own mistakes. And that's why most people don't have money and they run out of time.
Well, initially that was my way.
I wasn't gonna call you out like that, but.
Initially that was my way. I had to go out and learn everything myself, make the mistake, and figure out the wrong path. Speaking from experience, it's the long way to get to whatever it is that you want.
And costly.
It's very costly. People think it's not even financially, but it really is. Because when you do figure it out, and we talk to our clients about this all the time, but let's say you do figure it out, let's say you can make, just for example, like $20,000 a month in your business. Think about all the time you'll lose if you could accelerate yourself to the place where you're making 20 grand a month, right? It's like, say if you waited 5 months, and so you got someone to help you. The opportunity cost.
Yeah. And sometimes people will see comments on stuff and be like, oh, so you guys are just saying this because you make money teaching other people to make money. This is stupid. Like, if you're so stupid that you can't think straight and you make comments like that, then you just bye-bye. But because we have other businesses that we run, 3 at the moment, we're actively purchasing new ones, and it's the same in every business. I would rather pay someone else money to collect their 40 years of mistakes, pain, hardships. I would rather pay them 100 grand, save the 40 years. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether you're in a coaching niche, it doesn't matter whether you freaking fix cars for a living. You are going to learn one way or the other, your mistakes or others' mistakes. I'd rather learn from other people.
So how does someone figure out who they should learn from?
First of all, you're watching this video, so you're obviously on the path to trying to acquire these skills, but I think people need to follow people for a good little bit and vet the people that they're getting money from. We just invested 120 grand into somebody. How long have we been following that guy? A long time. Like, we've seen him go through different periods and we know that he's not a joke. And I think the problem right now that people make the mistake is they learn somebody and they don't do any due diligence, and it's just like, oh, the next day they just give them a bunch of money. You don't know if this person's a scam artist, you don't know anything about this person. So you gotta be able to vet people pretty thoroughly.
That's massive. I think this is the key. One thing you have to understand is that there is no way to avoid mistakes, but you can go around some of those pitfalls. And the game is figuring out someone who understands that path that can get you around them. If not, you'll fall in yourself. And then you have to figure out how to get out of it.
I think the best way to actually say what you just said in a way that makes sense.
Wow.
Because the principle is so good, but the best way to say it is, you cannot avoid pain or problems, but you can avoid unnecessary problems.
I don't know if that was better.
That's a better way to say it, because here's the deal, like, you are stranded in the middle of the ocean, that's a problem. But if there's a boat right next to you and you refuse to get on the boat, it's an unnecessary problem.
So let's kind of give like some practical tips. Understand that it's your choice if you want to avoid the pitfalls, right? Like the boat is there for you. And it's your choice. You can either try to figure out and like drift in the ocean for months and months and months. Maybe you'll end up on a lonely island.
But the quality of, here's why this is like,
or you can get on the boat.
Here's why this is so funny, but it's so real, is the quality of people's thinking is so low that they don't even see the boat.
Yeah.
And so you got to be able to zoom out from your problems and say, am I dealing with these problems? Are they necessary or not? Like, can I just go get someone else to solve them for me? I think step number 2 is thoroughly vet and do due diligence on the people before you work with them, but pay attention.
Yeah, I'd say step number 3
Let's go.
is being honest with yourself. Do you actually want what you're saying that you want? A lot of people, they talk like, oh, I want this kind of business, or oh, I want to achieve this. But when it comes down to them actually making the choice of getting on the boat,
Yeah.
they don't do it.
Got called out by this the other day, by the way.
You did?
Yep. Not in a mean or rude way, but I'm wanting to get some money into real estate, and we're doing some cool things with some other partners. And I was telling this guy, like, I just want to get into real estate so bad. And he said, well, send me your budget. And I've got 2 Teslas on there, a brand new house, and like, and it was kind of like,
He's got like a Lululemon budget.
I got Lululemon pants.
Nice.
And he was like, you know what, if you really wanted to get into it, you have the resources to do that. You just got to look at where your money's going. I was like, you know what, you're right. We tell this to clients all the time. When you say you want something, you got to make sure you're willing to put sacrifice behind that.
Yep.
Or you don't really want it.
You don't.